Sup, Alfie? It's been ages. How have you been? No way! Is that Charles? Where have you been hiding? It's been, what, 10 years? I'm doing great. Thanks, my dude. Yeah, I think it's been about that long. Time flies, huh? I've had so much on my plate, with switching jobs and all. These past 10 years just vanished. Where does it all go? I know, right? I think we both share some of the responsibility for us drifting apart. We've both been pretty lazy with messages, lol. So, how's it going? And what's with the random message out of the blue after all this time? Everything okay? Did something happen? About that. I recently was given a long vacation from work, so I thought it might be nice for us to catch up. I messaged because I was wondering if you might want to meet for a beer sometime. I like the sound of that. Beer's always good. Let's do it. Come to think of it, where do you even live these days? You left town, right? At least, that's what I heard. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. I live in Canada now. Canada? Whoa! Aren't you cold? Can't beat maple syrup on pancakes for breakfast, though. You're making me hungry. No doubt about it. They make some nice food up here. Rustle up some mean burgers, too. There's this place near my house you've just got to try out if you ever come up here. Thing is, though, I got sent up here for work. So I get pretty lonely sometimes living away from my wife and son. It can be tough, actually. Oh, really? Hey, wait a sec. Since when did you have a kid? I never heard about that. Oh, did I forget to tell you? Is that your new catchphrase? Man, we're the worst. We gotta make more of an effort from now on. My wife and son are still living in our hometown down in Utah. And here I am, all on my own, up here in the frosty wilderness. I see. Man, this has been a serious blast from the past. This is too much excitement for one day. Sorry about that. I guess we have a lot to catch up on after not speaking for 10 years. No kidding. 10 years, dude. 10 whole freaking years! How about you? How are things on your end? I'm single and unemployed. I see. Sorry to hear that. Oh my god! Did you believe me? Stop it! I was pulling your leg, dude! I have a GF and a job! Whoops, my bad. I see. Glad to hear it. I see you haven't changed a bit. 10 years or not, I'm still the same old me. Anyway, when does your vacation start? Yeah, I see that. My vacation starts on the 1st of next month. I'll message you when I've dotted the I's and crossed the T's on my schedule. Sounds good. Make it sooner rather than later, dude. We've got catching up to do. So you're a family man now, huh? I bet your wife and kid will be over the moon to have you home again. Yeah, I guess they will. I've been so busy lately, I haven't had time to go back and see them at all. Damn, that sucks. This vacation sounds like just what you need. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. By the way, how old's your son? He's 8 now. Damn, he's 8 already? You had him a couple years after we drifted apart then? He must be big. I had no idea at all. I mean, I thought maybe you would have found a nice girl and settled down by now, but I'm really pleased to hear it's for real. So, your wife and son are still down here in Utah? That sounds surprisingly awkward. Them being down here, and you being up in Canada for work. They're not kidding when they say they grow up fast, you know? We were doing video calls every night a while back, but recently, I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance. They're asleep by the time I get done with work. And I'd hate to have them stay up on my behalf. You have no idea how badly I want to see the little rascal. Be careful, Alfie. You might not even recognize him soon if you keep this up. LOL, cut it out! I know it might sound weird coming from me, but I love the hell out of that kid. He can be a handful at times, but I wouldn't trade him for the world. Man, you used to be so cool. I can't believe what a sentimental dork you've become. Kids really are amazing, huh? My kid's in a league of his own. My wife gets mad at me every time I go home because I just can't help but buy him mountains of clothes and toys. He gets spoiled rotten. I guess they have a way of getting you to do that. They sure do. Uh-huh. Yep. Kids are really cute. It's weird. I've started getting this warm, fuzzy feeling lately. I want to just protect them, even though I don't have any of my own yet. And you call me sentimental? Where did that come from? Well, this conversation about your son reminded me of something that's been going on lately. There's this park in the neighborhood. Your neighborhood? Yeah. There's a little kid who seems to be there every day, wearing the exact same clothes. That's weird. Who is he? A ghost? I'm guessing he's not a ghost. I don't know. It's kind of been playing on my mind, I guess. He's there literally every day, wearing the exact same clothes. It's hard not to notice because he's always alone. He just sits on the swings, barely moving, looking all sorry for himself. As a dad, what do you think? Well, you know what boys at that age are like. He probably just goes to the park every day because he likes playing there. Don't you remember what we used to be like? We were the same. If we weren't out at the park playing tricks on each other, we'd be playing soccer or tag or something. My mom always forced me to wear the same clothes because she knew any fresh ones would get filthy within 5 minutes anyway. I must have looked like a real little street urchin. Yeah, fair point. Aren't you overthinking this a little? Surely, if there was actually something wrong with him, he wouldn't be out playing at the park. Yeah, okay. You make a strong case. Come to think of it, we were just like that. Sorry if I weirded you out, dude. It's just been playing on my mind a little is all. I guess it's no wonder. You've always been really kind. I'm relieved to see you haven't changed. I'm really glad we got in touch again, Alfie. I'll contact you as soon as I know when I'm gonna be free. I hope you still know how to drink, 'cause I certainly didn't forget. I'm counting on you to take us to the wildest bar in town. I can't wait, Broseph. Take it easy. Catch you later. Charles, are you awake? Sorry to bombard you with calls late at night like this if you're in bed. Please, wake up. This is an emergency. What the hell? It's the middle of the night, bro. What's going on? Emergency? What do you mean? There's something I need to ask you. Is your son's name Jake? Huh? My son's name? Yeah, it's Jake. Why are you asking me that at 1:45 a.m.? Have you lost your mind? God damn! I knew it! Can you make it down here tomorrow? What are you talking about? I need you to come back on the earliest flight tomorrow. I'm not joking here. It's your son. He's in trouble. Huh? My son? Jake's in trouble? How? Why? What the hell's going on here? What, some kind of prank? Are you half asleep? Drunk? You know the last time we spoke, I mentioned that kid who I kept seeing on his own in the neighborhood park? Do you remember? Oh, yeah. The suspected ghost? The one who always wore the same clothes every day? Yeah, him! That kid! Listen, I went to the park just now, and he was there! Just like always. He was on his own at the park. Why did you go to the park at this time? Are you feeling okay? Why did you go there? Well, My girlfriend broke up with me today, and I couldn't sleep and needed to clear my head. Anyway, forget about that. That's not why I messaged you. Back to the point. So he was there, the kid. The same kid, totally on his own, in the same clothes, just like always. I knew something had to be wrong for him to be there so late at night. So, I asked him what was up. What'd he say? He was surprisingly forthcoming, and we had a little chat. He told me there was this weird guy who kept coming to his house to see his mom. And his mom told him whenever that guy was there, he wasn't allowed to be at home. So she basically kicked him out. And the only place he could think to go was the park. Now, for the crazy part. Are you ready? I asked him where his dad was, and he told me he flew up to Canada for work and hasn't been home in ages. Huh? He's 8 years old, and his name is Jake. Jake Dawson. He even has your surname. There's no way this could be a coincidence. What? How many 8-year-old Jake Dawsons with dads away for work in Canada can there be? He's your son. He has to be. No way. There has to be some kind of mistake. Naomi kicked Jake out of the house? In the middle of the night? Why? Did he tell you why? He just said it was because of that guy. Apparently, he's not allowed in or near the house whenever he's over, under any circumstance, day or night. Listen, Charles, this isn't easy to tell you. And I really don't want to say this. But thinking about it logically, there's only one thing this could possibly be, right? Wait a sec! No way! Naomi's not like that! How could she? She wouldn't! She isn't! Does Jake have a mark on the back of his neck? A crescent moon-shaped birthmark? Yes. Here's a picture of the kid I spoke to at the park. Jake! Jake, that's my son, Jake! Are you being serious? You found him on his own at the local park in the middle of the night? I knew it. It's okay. Don't worry. I felt bad for him on his own like that, so I brought him back to my place. He was shivering like a crack addict, so I ran a bath and cooked him some warm spaghetti. He watched cartoons on the sofa for a little while. Now he's fast asleep. Thank you, Alfie. I really can't thank you enough for this. I owe you more than just a beer. Don't mention it. It might have been a complete coincidence, but I'm glad it was me who found him, and not some ill-intentioned creep. No kidding. Man, it doesn't even bear thinking about. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how relieved I am he's okay. I couldn't help but notice he was a little skinny, though. Was he like that when you last saw him? Do you know if he's been eating right? Really? I can't tell from the photo. I can't help but wonder if she's not feeding him properly. I mean, if she'd boot him out at 1 a.m., it's not hard to believe, right? You should have seen how quickly he devoured the spaghetti. It was like watching a bear come out of hibernation. I don't think I've ever seen a kid eat that much in one sitting. I would have been impressed if I wasn't so concerned. Oh man, I'm really sorry about that. I hope you still have enough left for yourself, my dude. I'll cover whatever he ate and then some on top of that by way of thanks. Seriously, Charles? Don't be silly. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, I won't stop you from buying me a beer, but you don't have to go crazy. I'm kind of kicking myself here, though. I first noticed him at the park way before I told you about him the other day. Damn it! I wish I spoke to him earlier. Who knows how long he was sitting on his own out there. It was super cold tonight. He was shivering so badly. The thought of him being out there all the time is just... ugh! Thank you. I'm lucky to have a friend like you, Alfie. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I have no clue how to thank you for this. I could buy you 1,000,000 beers, and it still wouldn't even come close. I'll do anything. I mean it. I'm about to book a flight for tomorrow morning. I'll be home as soon as I can. 1,000,000 beers? Okay, that can work. Just kidding. I mean it, Charles. You don't have to thank me. just glad I spoke to him in the end, even if it was later than I'd have liked. All right. Come to my place as soon as you get back tomorrow, okay? Jake's still asleep on the couch at the moment. I'll see to it that he has adequate pizza and cartoons until you get here if he wakes up. Words can't describe how grateful I am, bro. It's nothing, really. More importantly, have you spoken to your wife yet? Yeah, about that. Something seems off. I tried calling her as soon as I saw the picture, but she's not answering at all. I know it's the middle of the night, but she's supposed to have my number as an emergency exception. I see. I wonder if she's just sleeping through the calls. It is the middle of the night. Hard to believe if she's normally reachable, though. I'm gonna keep trying to get through to her. I can't believe it either. I never would have thought she'd do something like this in a million years. It's bad enough that she's been having some guy around, but who could do such a thing to her own son? On his own in the park, day in, day out, and even in the middle of the night, for crying out loud. Man, it breaks my heart. It really does. I'll never forgive her. Jake's safe and sound with me, so try and keep a clear head, okay? I'm here for you, bro. Whatever's going on, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. If you need me to help you with anything, just say the word, and it's done. In any case, you're probably gonna be speaking to Naomi before long. So for the time being, just try to relax until you know exactly what's going on. Hope you have a safe flight. I'm so sorry to trouble you with all of this. Thank you again. I know I sound like a broken record here, but I don't know what else to say. Thank you. I'll be with you and Jake ASAP. I know you can see my messages. Reply already! What the heck is going on?
Good morning to you too. I slept like a log. I didn't notice you've been calling me at all. I'm sorry I missed you, but isn't 59 missed calls a bit dramatic? I mean, really.
You slept like a log, huh? That's a good one. Now give me a straight answer. What were you doing yesterday?
Huh? Why are you talking to me like this? Are you angry about something? What do you mean, what was I doing yesterday? I just went about my usual routine. What's this all about? It's not like you to spam call or message me this early.
Business as usual, huh? I see. Where's Jake right now?
What? Why, he's in his room, of course. What's going on with you, Charles? You're freaking me out.
You see, the thing is, I've been missing him a lot lately. And I thought it'd be nice if I could talk to him again after all this time. If he's in his room, you wouldn't mind giving him a knock and passing him the phone, would you?
Actually, that might be a little difficult. I'm not sure I can do that right now.
Oh, is that so? Is there a reason for that?
Ah, silly me, I forgot. It's his day off school today, so he went out to play first thing this morning. You know how stubborn he can be. Even if I told him to stay for breakfast, he wouldn't listen. He just loves the neighborhood park. I can hardly keep him away from the place lately.
Did he really go out to play?
Yes, of course. Why would you ask me that? I'm terribly sorry, honey, but I'm really busy this morning, so I'm going to put my phone down now. Toodles!
I see. Going back to bed, I take it? Still got some energy left in the tank, huh? Is Loverboy about to go in for second helpings? While you abandon our son?
Huh?
What exactly has left you so busy this morning that you have to kick your son out and tell shameless, barefaced lies to your husband?
Charles, what are you trying to say? Loverboy? Kicking Jake out? I don't know what you're talking about. What's going on with you? Is it the stress of work? Being on your own? You're scaring me.
You needn't bother with the theatrics. One of my childhood friends lives in the neighborhood. I got a sudden phone call from him in the middle of the night, pleading with me to get on the first plane back to Utah. He told me he had a kid that very much resembled my son, eating spaghetti on his sofa, who he found on his own, in the park, in the middle of the night.
What are you talking about? Surely it was someone else. There are such things as coincidences, you know.
I thought exactly the same thing. After all, why on earth would our son be out in the neighborhood park all on his own in the middle of the night? But then he sent me a picture. And it was indeed, beyond any shadow of a doubt, our son Jake.
There has to be some kind of mistake. It must have been a look-alike. I really don't know what you're getting at here.
You still won't admit it? My God, you're despicable. You'd better prepare yourself for what's coming, Naomi. Loverboy, too.
Huh? Loverboy? You really need to tell me what you're talking about.
I'm back in town, Naomi. I came back on the first flight this morning.
What? You came back? No way.
I just arrived at my friend's house and met the kid he found at the park. It's Jake. There's no doubt about it. Why did my friend have to take him in the middle of the night? Because he had nowhere to go if he just went out to play in the morning.
Yes. This is all a big misunderstanding. I remember now. Jake told me he wanted to go out to play all of a sudden at midnight last night.
And then what? You actually let him? Weren't you concerned when he didn't come back? Give me a break, woman. This crap isn't gonna wash with me. Are you insane? Even if your pathetic excuse was true, you'd still be despicable.
It's the truth.
I see. Maybe you could shed some light on the strange man who comes over regularly to the house. What's the truth on that one? Huh? You regularly invite him over, right? Kicking Jake out on the streets every time, of course. What did you plan on doing if something happened to him?
No, it's not true. He's just my cousin. My cousin, I tell you.
Your cousin, huh? That's interesting. I could have sworn both of your parents were only children. Which means you have no cousins. And that doesn't explain why you keep kicking our son out. There's a whole lot that's not adding up here, Naomi. How about you just come clean?
Oh, I don't? Well, he's an acquaintance of one of my relatives. Surely that counts as a cousin.
Nah, it really doesn't. How long do you plan on making excuses?
I'm doing no such thing. Just stop this.
I see. So, if I were to, say, come home right now, I wouldn't find, say, the two of you together in bed, would I? That's just crazy talk, right?
What the hell kind of a leading question is that? You're not tricking me into anything. You're calling my bluff anyway. I bet you didn't even come home, did you? This is probably all just some big scheme to, well, I don't know, but it is.
Did I really come home? Who knows? I just managed to grab hold of some guy who came hightailing it out of our house like he had had the life frightened out of him. You wouldn't happen to know about anything about him, would you? Actually, forget it. You're only capable of lies. So I'll just get the rest from him.
Huh? No, wait. No. You've got this all wrong. Let him go, please. He has nothing to do with any of this. He's innocent. Just wait.
Why would I do a single thing you asked me to? You starve our son. You kick him out in the middle of the night to shiver his goddamn balls off alone and terrified at the park. There's a special place in hell for you two. You heartless wastes of space.
No, I told you, you've got this all wrong.
What part am I getting wrong? The chump I wrestled into submission on the front lawn started running his mouth at 100 miles an hour. He's showing me the pictures as soon as I mentioned suing him for damages. Seems pretty desperate to reduce the amount he's gonna owe me. To be honest, I didn't think it'd be this easy to get a hold of proof.
Wait, please, will you just hear me out? I'm begging you. This is all just a big misunderstanding. I only did it because I was lonely. I missed you so much. I thought maybe if I could do something to grab your attention, you'd come back and I could have you all to myself again.
Huh? So, you kicked Jake out in the middle of the night and had an affair with your cousin because you were lonely? This is no way for a mother to act.
No, it wasn't like that. Please, just hear me out, baby.
Be quiet. I'm sick of hearing your excuses. I don't want to hear anything else you've got to say. I could never believe another word that comes out of your mouth. You're so repulsive. You barely deserve to be called a human. Charles, safely reunited with his son Jake after flying back home from Canada first thing in the morning. The first thing Jake did when he saw his dad was run over and give him a big hug before bursting into tears. It was so heartbreaking that me and Charles weren't able to keep it together either. And the three of us shared a tender man cry that lasted over 10 minutes. Charlie asked if I'd watch Jake a little longer, which I happily obliged, so he could go over to his wife's place to have it out with her. Just as he arrived, with perfect timing, he was able to capture his wife's lover, who was making a run for it, and after a minor interrogation, it seems his self-preservation instincts outweighed any loyalty he had to Naomi, because no sooner was legal action mentioned that he came clean about the affair. Mountains of freshly acquired, incontrovertible proof in hand. Charlie and his cheating wife had a lengthy discussion. Apparently, even after everything, she was still adamant she'd done nothing wrong and continued making excuses. But Charlie just ignored her and said his piece regardless. It probably goes without saying, but Charlie won custody of Jake, and he made sure his lawyer squeezed as much compensation out of his traitorous ex-wife as possible in court. Ultimately, she was kicked out of the house with nothing but the clothes on her back. Charlie then sold the house and blocked her on everything, cutting her out of his life completely. It's just like he says, what she's getting now is nothing compared to the way she treated poor Jake. However, not wanting to cause too much disruption to his school life, he asked if he could leave him with me for a little while, which I happily obliged. What can I say? I like the kid. With that, he returned to Canada for work. Not long afterwards, his company decided that his stay up north would be coming to an end in the near future, and he'd return to America for good. As one last memory up there, and also by way of thanking me, he invited me up to Canada for a 2-week vacation. Me and Jake, who seems to be my biggest fan now because of everything that happened, went up to meet his dad together. Compared to that lonely, emaciated kid in the park, he's like a different person now. He's always smiling and full of joy, and it's honestly a pleasure to be.
Francesca! Did you get the wedding invite from my daughter yet? It should have arrived in the mail.
Good morning, Gladys. Yep, Becky's invite came this morning. 2 months on Saturday, right?
Have you seen the venue? I bet you were surprised when you found out she's getting hitched at a hotel of that caliber, right? Right?
Yeah, I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that. I heard a few celebrities got married there recently. I even read that it's the King of Saudi Arabia stays there when he comes to the States. I thought I was misreading it at first.
That's right! Isn't it amazing?
It really is. I can't wait to see what the ceremony's like.
My Becky outdid herself this time. She really is incredible. I always knew she ended up bagging herself a rich, high-spec guy. We're finally moving into the upper echelon of society, my dear. And this wedding is where our ascent begins. We're going to the moon, baby! I couldn't be more proud of my amazing daughter. Her big brother might have failed miserably, but she more than makes up for it.
Failed miserably? Just to clarify, you're talking about my husband, aren't you?
Of course. Sean's my only son. Who else would I be talking about?
Right, I thought so.
I still have no idea why he married someone like you. I've been racking my brains over it since the day I met you. And I've accepted that I'll probably never understand. Love makes people do the craziest things.
Lovely. Thanks for that.
It's such a waste to think he graduated from one of the most prestigious colleges in America and works for a major global company. But the best wife he could find was a broke loser raised by a single mum. It breaks my heart. It really does. It's obvious you were only ever after his money.
You couldn't be more wrong, Gladys. I love Sean for who he is. I'd still be his wife if he worked at Walmart. The money is incidental. I'm sure Becky feels the same about her husband, too.
I wonder. You may be too wet behind the ears to have realized this, but women tend to be more calculating than men. Not that it's wrong for money to be a priority when choosing a partner. That's not a gender thing. It's a human thing. And it's good common sense in my eyes. But please, Francesca, you can't be serious when you said you would have still married my Sean if he worked at Walmart? Oh, the embarrassment!
Yes, I would.
Perhaps that wasn't the best question to ask you. You can say whatever you like. Now you already have your grummy mitts on the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It doesn't matter, though. I know your true colors, whether you admit to them or not. In any case, I don't acknowledge you as my son's wife, and no children you bear will be part of this family. You're the cursed spawn of a single mother, and we don't need dirty poor people blood tainting our proud lineage. You do well to remember that, Francesca.
Yes, I know, Gladys. You remind me almost every day. But what's wrong with being raised by a single mom? I know tons of great people who grew up without one of their parents.
Everyone knows people raised by single mums are bad. Vulgar, crude people. And it's best to stay away from them and their ilk whenever possible. Now, I understand we are where we are, and that you can't help it. But you could at least go to the effort of not looking like you were dragged up from the gutter. You look more like you belong in a sleeping bag on the street than in Holy Communion with my son. And don't even get me started on your unfortunate face. Your features scream poverty from a mile off. My family, on the other hand, our faces give off an air of refinement and sophistication. Anyone would think we were aristocrats from the way we look. You're a filthy peasant at the genetic level. Oh, I almost feel sorry for you. Imagine being cursed with that face not even a broke single mother could love. People probably cross the road when they see you coming because they think they're about to get robbed or catch malaria.
That's enough. Stop talking about my mom.
Oh dear, is someone angry? Do forgive me, I didn't mean anything by it, darling. You know how me and you love to tease each other. Still though, no kids after 3 years of marriage? Forgive me if this is inappropriate, but is there any chance my son's fed up of looking at your brute face every day.
Gladys, this level of rudeness is totally uncalled for. Please, stop.
Oh, don't be so dramatic, dear. I told you I don't mean anything by it. It's just a bit of playful teasing. It's true, though, isn't it? Can he even bring himself to look at you anymore? Take a chill pill. Careful, dear. All that stress will make you even uglier.
Sorry, I have to go. I'm on my way to your mom-in-law's house now.
Ah, yes, of course. You're due to see the old hag today. Be a darling and say hi to the old hag from me, would you? That is, if she hasn't kicked the bucket and started decomposing already. Oh, I'm counting on you to change her diapers, dear.
Gladys, it's about your mom-in-law. It doesn't look like she's gonna be able to make it to Becky's wedding.
Oh, really? Why not? Is she too embarrassed to be seen in public with her urine bag?
Jesus, Gladys, was there any need for that?
I'm pleased, though. It'll be a nicer day for everyone without that loudmouth interfering old hag there to bother us. Her body might be falling to pieces, but unfortunately, her mind is still sharp enough for her to be as irritating as ever. She's constantly on my case about something. I prefer to keep our meetings to a bare minimum.
She's done so much for you, Gladys. How can you speak about her like this? Why is it so hard to show some respect?
She's done so much for me, has she? Please, don't make me laugh. All she does is send me money. It's hardly like she goes out of her way. She'll be lucky if she even lives another 2 weeks. What use is that money to her? It's only right that I get it. I'm fit and healthy and can put it to far better use than she can.
This is your husband's mother we're talking about here. What's your point? Should I prostrate myself before her and thank for existing?
My husband's dead. Why should I still have anything to do with her? She should be in a home already. Why, oh, why was she so insistent she had to live on her own in that apartment block for old people? I swear my phone rings every 5 minutes with something. Please, will you come see me? I ran out of food. My potty's full. I'm sick and tired of her, and the sooner she kicks the bucket, the better.
But you don't even visit her. I'm the only one who ever goes.
I used to go before you did. Besides, it's your duty as my son's wife to look after my decrepit mother-in-law. I just know you're not complaining about fulfilling your duties to this family. You wouldn't do that, would you?
No, Iris is lovely to me, and I'm happy to help her.
Fantastic! Then keep doing it and stop talking back to me. I'm in a good mood today, so I'll let it slide. But back in my day, a wife wouldn't be stripped butt naked and forced to sleep in the yard for giving her mother-in-law attitude like this. Oh yes, I almost forgot. I do hope you're constantly reminding her how worried and concerned I am for her well-being. We don't want me getting written out of the will now, do we?
Yes, I tell her.
Anyway, enough of this drivel. Let's talk about something important. So about Becky's wedding. What will you be wearing?
I was thinking of wearing my dress suit.
Surely not the same one you wore to my cousin's wedding.
Yes, that one.
You silly girl. We're moving up in the world now. You can't wear that shabby pile of rags to this wedding. I advise you throw it in the trash where it belongs and get a hold of something respectable. Besides, it's a wedding, not a freaking business meeting. A woman your age should be wearing a proper dress.
A dress? Okay, got it. I'll arrange something before the wedding.
I imagine you'll probably rent something. But you better not show up wearing any cheap crap! We have a reputation to uphold. Trust me that people at this wedding know cheap when they see it, as do I, obviously. I'll never forgive you if you embarrass us. If you do rent, make it something expensive. Can you imagine the shame if my son's daughter showed up in a cheap pile of rags? We'll never live it down. Do not embarrass my daughter on the most important day of her life.
I won't.
It's easy enough to say that, but I mean it. You better not disappoint me, Francesca. You have the dress sense of a Nigerian tribesman, so I can't help but worry you'll come in something ridiculous.
Relax, Gladys. I'll look the part. I promise. The last thing I want to do is embarrass Becky on her wedding day.
I suppose I'll just have to take your word for it. To be honest, I'd much rather you didn't come to my daughter's wedding at all. But she insisted on having you there. You're lucky. She's a lot more tolerant towards poor people than I am.
Right. Becky's great. She's always been kind to me.
Her husband's family are of excellent prodigy, too. They have records of their ancestry going back to medieval Europe. They even have a coat of arms. Does your family have a coat of arms? What am I saying? Of course it doesn't. Anyway, I digress. Don't let us down, Francesca. If you show up in something cheap and tacky, I can assure you, you'll be the first taxi home. I don't care what Becky says. Hello, Francesca. Thanks for showing your face at the wedding today. Did you leave yet?
Yes. I'm on my way to a place that specializes in dress cleaning. Hopefully I can get there soon enough for it not to stain.
Oh, don't be silly, dear. It was just a splash of beer. You're such a drama queen.
A splash of beer? You poured an entire keg over me on purpose. Right in the middle of your own daughter's wedding! There's no justification for what you just did. You're horrible.
There we go with the over-exaggerations again. It wasn't on purpose, dear. I just slipped is all. Actually, I think I might have gasped in shock when I saw that cheap piece of crap dress you were wearing and spilled some beer on you by mistake. But you know what? It serves you right. I made it crystal clear. You were to rent the most expensive dress you could. This is what you get for ignoring me and showing up in peasant wear. You broke your promise.
I didn't rent it.
Oh? You mean you actually paid for that thing? So that's why you're running around like a headless chicken, trying to get it cleaned. How's your dress looking, dear? It's obviously cheap garbage. Why not throw it in the trash where it belongs?
Wrong. You told me to come looking the part, so I went the extra mile and did just that.
You looked the part in that thing, did you? Oh, the delusion! Now I've heard it all! Go on then, tell me, how much did it cost? 100? Oopsie, my mistake. I forgot that $100 dress would count as high class to you.
Gladys, I borrowed that dress from your mother-in-law. It's worth over $10,000.
Excuse me?
The reason I'm rushing around like a headless chicken trying to get it cleaned is because it's not mine. I borrowed it. I can never afford a dress like this.
My mother-in-law? You borrowed that dress from Iris?
Yes, exactly.
I see. Is it okay? It's not going to stain, is it?
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I still told Iris, though.
You did what? You fool! What have you done? What did you say?
I told her you poured a keg of beer over me.
No. I told you, Francesca. It was an accident. I didn't pour anything on you. I slipped. That's all.
It really didn't look like that to me.
You've got it all wrong. Tell her I made a mistake. Set her straight this instant.
No way. Sean saw you pour beer on me. There are a bunch of other witnesses, too. There's nothing to set her straight on. That's exactly what you did.
Stop talking back to me and message her now. Tell her I slipped.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because I'm your mother-in-law, and that means my word is law.
I'm not sure why you think that, but you couldn't be more wrong. Just because you're my mother-in-law doesn't mean I have to unquestioningly do everything you tell me to.
Yes, it damn well does, you insolent little toe rag. You should be more grateful to me. I let you marry my son despite the fact you were raised in poverty by a single mother.
That's funny. I seem to recall you telling me you don't acknowledge me as Sean's wife almost every day.
You still got married, didn't you? That means I allowed it.
You know, this whole situation used to bother me, but I'm at peace with it now. Whether you acknowledge me or not makes no difference. I'm done stressing myself out trying to achieve the impossible.
You don't get to decide to stop trying to win my approval, Missy. Anyway, forget that. Hurry up and message Iris. Tell her I didn't do it on purpose. I'll make my son divorce you if you don't. Francesca, are you there? There's something I'd like to discuss with you, if that's all right with you. Is now a good time?
Sure, what is it? What do you want?
I want to apologize for what happened with your dress at the wedding. I thought I may have slipped by mistake. The fact remains that you got beer on your dress due to my carelessness. I was in the wrong, and I'm sorry.
I see.
So, do you think you could maybe find it in your heart to forgive me? I feel awful.
I accept your apology. But this isn't a matter of me forgiving you or not forgiving you.
Huh? Why not? I don't understand.
You pouring a keg of beer on me at the wedding was just one instance of bullying and an endless harassment campaign against me.
An endless harassment campaign? I'm not sure other than the dress incident, nothing comes to mind. I don't remember doing anything else to you.
Of course you don't. No one likes to think of themselves as a bully. I'm sure you don't remember any of it. But I remember everything.
Are you talking about me not acknowledging you as my son's wife?
Oh, look! So you do remember. You justified it all to yourself because I was raised in a low-income single-mother household. Or because you don't like my face. You called me every name under the sun. You victimized and insulted me at every possible opportunity. Are you saying you don't remember any of that? Even if you do feel that way about me, some things are better off left unsaid. But you took the pleasure in hurting me, so you went out of your way to make sure I knew exactly how you felt.
Francesca, dear, I never meant to hurt you. It's just that I've always had strong conceptions of how the ideal wife should be. I suppose there's a chance I let a few things slip that I shouldn't have when I thought you were meeting the standard. But that's all, I swear.
Did me being raised by a single mother, or not, being as beautiful as his perfect daughter-in-law had in your head cause you problems somehow?
Well, it's not that you caused me problems per se.
So it is fair to say you treat me like crap for the sole reason that you don't like me? Because that's what it sounds like.
I'm so sorry if I felt like I was treating you that way, sweetie. I promise that was never my intention. I'm just a straight talker, that's all. I'm like that with everyone. It's nothing personal. I never tried to hurt you on purpose, not once.
Really? It's funny. You say you're like this with everyone, but you're always super polite and reserved when your mother-in-law's around. Like butter wouldn't melt. It's almost like you're a different person, despite the fact you speak about her with nothing but malice and contempt behind her back. Old hag this, decrepit old that. It seems pretty obvious to me that you're not so straight talking with everyone, and you know full well who you can get away with treating like crap and who you can't.
Wait, did you tell Iris I said those things? Is that why she cut my money off all of a sudden?
Nope. You really think I could tell her something so horrible? Don't get me wrong. I think she has a right to know, but she'd be so crushed I could never bring myself to do it. Wait a sec. Are you apologizing to me because Iris cut your money off?
Oh dear, it's not like that, I swear. I'm apologizing because I feel truly awful about everything I've done, Francesca. I'll never utter a negative word about anyone from now on. Can we just, all get along?
You make me sick. You wanted nothing to do with your mother-in-law until now. You spoke about her with hatred and contempt and forced what should have been your duties to take care to her onto me. Now she cuts your money off and you're suddenly nice as pie. Whether you apologize to me or not makes no difference to how she feels about you.
Why not?
Because she knows what you really think about her.
Huh?
She might not know what you say about her behind her back, but she told me she's had a feeling you hate her for a long time now. Think about it. She's been giving you money every month for years now. In spite of that, you literally never visit her, and you keep contact to an absolute bare minimum. Don't you think that's a little messed up?
How could it be messed up? You're my oldest son's wife. Looking after my mother-in-law is your duty. I'm hardly a spring chicken anymore, dear, and looking after her isn't light work. It makes far more sense that someone young and sprightly like yourself do it.
You were sprightly enough to go on holidays and to concerts with the money she gave you.
Fine, you win, okay? I'm the bad guy. Please, will you stop attacking me now? I won't be able to get by without that money from my mother-in-law. My husband's not around anymore, and his inheritance is all but gone.
I heard he left you a lot of money. The fact it's almost gone can only mean you wasted it all on frivolous crap.
Francesca, please, I'm sorry for everything. I accept I'm in the wrong. There's no excuse for treating you the way I have. I'm sorry I was so mean to you. I'll never do it again, I swear. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I'll even start looking after Iris again. Please, will you talk to her for me? She'll listen to you, dear. Will you make her see sense?
But she has seen sense, Gladys. That's why she cut off your money. As for me, I want nothing more to do with you. Sean and Becky told me they're happy for me, never to speak to you again, too. I'm done putting up with your crap and doing everything you tell me.
Don't be silly, dear. How is never speaking to me again going to work? Are you just going to blank me at every birthday and Christmas? What about weddings and funerals? Let's be mature adults about this.
I'm cutting off all ties with you. And not just me either. Sean and Becky said they want as little to do with you as possible from now on.
What? My own children? No, this can't be happening.
They both warned you countless times to stop bullying me. But you ignored them every time. It went in one ear and out the other. They're at their wits' end with you, Gladys. you left them with no choice but to cut you out of their lives. Sean saw you pour that keg of beer over me at the wedding with his own eyes, and he said he'll never forgive you as long as he lives.
Oh, this again! I apologized for that! Speak to him for me, please! I'm telling you, I'm sorry here.
We're way past apologies now. You bullied, victimized, and harassed me ever since me and Sean got married. Whenever I came to visit, you made sure everyone else got to eat delicious, warm, freshly cooked food, while I got a cold plate of leftovers. I remember you even put trash on my plate once. You insulted and belittled me to no end whenever we talked over text. You even treated your own mother-in-law with contempt.
I'm so sorry. You're right, I crossed the line. But I see the error of my ways. Please, darling, I'm begging you. Won't you have a word with everyone and convince them to give me another chance? You're the only one who can help me now. I'll acknowledge you as my son's wife and a part of this family. I'll never be mean to you or anyone else again.
Like I said, too little, too late. Whether you acknowledge me or not makes no difference. Even if you told Sean to divorce me, he wouldn't listen to you. I realized a long time ago, I don't need the approval of the likes of you.
No. How am I supposed to get by on my own? You have no idea how much I needed that money for my mother-in-law. My pension and what's left of my husband's inheritance aren't just going to cut it. I'm begging you, please give me one last chance. At the very least, please convince Iris to forgive me.
If you're well enough to do things like go on expensive holidays and bully me, you're well enough to work. I advise you put that energy of yours to more productive use from now on by getting a job. I no longer acknowledge you as my family, so I'd appreciate if you stop thinking me as your daughter-in-law. Gladys messaged me countless times with groveling apologies after that, but she was annoying me, so I blocked her. I hope I never see her again for as long as I live. Sean and Becky told me they got a bunch of groveling messages begging them for money when she realized her mother-in-law was cutting off the financial support she'd been sending every month. But needless to say, being completely sick of their mother's disgraceful behavior, they both refused to give her a cent. I heard Gladys, begrudgingly, found part-time work after realizing it was a choice between either that or homelessness. But Becky told me she messages her every day complaining how hard it is, and lamenting the soul-crushing despair and loneliness of her new life, and her hatred towards herself for creating it. Of course, there was a time when I wanted nothing more than to win Gladys' approval. She is my husband's mom, after all. But that changed the moment I heard her talking about her aged mother-in-law like garbage. I accepted that sometimes there are people it's better not to have their approval of, and my life has been a whole lot easier ever since. My efforts to win her over were in vain and caused me nothing but stress. Cutting her out of my life was the best decision I ever made, and I don't regret it one bit. I had no idea what her life would look like from here on out, but no matter how bad things get, me and my husband have no intention of helping her. She brought this all on herself, and I think it could actually do her good to learn the hard way that actions have consequences. There wasn't anything in particular that I meant I had to carry on seeing her, so breaking things off was a piece of cake.